Welcome back already to the Summit 2 by G2A.com. We're here in the China playoffs. We've got Newbee taking on CDEC Gaming. Elimination at stake, and, well, the heavy favorites, I would say. Newbee off to a bad start. They lost game 1 to the upcoming CDEC, and we're going to see if they can bounce back, take game 2. As this time around, Newbee will be on the dire side with first pick. Joining me once again is none other than Slash, and this time he can hear me. Slash, game 2. Let's go. No? Slash! I think he can hear me. Apparently he can't hear me. I jinxed it. I don't know what's going on here. I think he should be all good, but yeah. We'll see if he comes back anytime soon. Alright, he can hear me. I can't hear you, Slash. Nope. Ah. Can you hear me now? Well, can I hear you now?
Yes, I hope so. Can you?
Yeah, you're good. I'm just messing stuff up left, right, and center today.
Good,
last time around I didn't unmute myself, so you couldn't hear me. This time around I didn't unmute you, so
smart.
It's
smart thing to do.
This is what happens at 4:30 in the morning. I even have my tea, but it hasn't kept me awake.
Fair enough. No, I was just saying, essentially the Ogre was banned by Newbee, but I really don't think that's the main reason they lost the game. So, a bit weird. I was expecting maybe a Tidehunter ban, but, well, CDEC are making it work. Brewmaster instead is making it through the pool. He was banned in game 1. So, despite the fact that Newbee first picked Skywars, CDEC, they do feel confident going up against it with Brewmaster.
And I don't know if you normally want to... I mean, you could get the Tide as well. It does basically lock in your lanes with the Tide off-lane Brewmaster mid. And also the two heroes fill a kind of similar role in that initiator spot. So I don't know if CDEC want to grab the Tide as well with this second pick. It could be a bit of a problem for him. Yeah,
I mean, it really could be. I think overall, Newbee with How out of the picture, I have the impression they were a bit lacking his aggression and his impulsiveness. They weren't really forcing anything. They were just sitting back, farming, and thinking they had the better late game. And I really think the Newbee is at its most lethal if they have the whole package, basically. They have the control and restraint from Xiao 8, or well, now it's Rabbit, and then the aggression from How. It makes them being put into the mix. But right now, it's they are lacking their most impulsive player, and maybe it's actually hurting them a bit.
Yeah, I mean, as far as aggression, he's one of the he's kind of that Havos style of play where he'll TP to fights really early on in the game, and he focuses more than most carry players as far as zoning out enemy offlaners. So I fully agree, it's something they're missing because they've got a pretty passive support duo. Banana Sansheng, not the most aggressive, I would say, as far as support duos go. Yeah,
unless Banana's on his Enchantress, and then he just goes ham most of the time. Yeah.
Newbee get the Tide this time around, and I think that's a pretty smart second pick here. Probably CDEC were expecting it, but they prefer to take the Brewmaster.
Yeah. Ancient Apparition second pick, well, it's something that the Chinese players really, really like. They like AA a lot. He combos nicely with big AoE ultimates. He's great at shutting down key heroes in late game as well. He scales quite nicely. So, yeah, it's they just like it. And often on art, it's a pick, so the enemy has to think twice about picking up the Morphling, which is a really popular pick overall in the Eastern scene.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, and it also means, if you want to pick up the Morphling yourself, you still can, because that's something which... could fit into this CDEC draft, depending on how they want to go. Although maybe not, less so against the Skywrath Mage, maybe. But for now, get ourselves into our next couple of bands. Pretty standard draft openings. It's kind of different. I don't know how much of the earlier LGD series you saw, but LGD were picking all kinds of, out-of-the-meta heroes. They were just, picking up Alchemists, all this kind of just these fringe picks that don't often get picked up.
I think LGD, in terms of their lineup, I'm surprised that they're still not doing as well as they could, because I think they have huge potential. I believe both of their support players are absolutely amazing. I believe Faith is a great captain, a great drafter, and MMY is just always making plays even when they're losing. So Sylar, one of the world's best carries, no doubt about it. Yao, incredibly experienced captain. And who's that last player? Oh, Injulai, who is a bit... people like to kind of say he's currently the weak spot of LGD. He's really, if he's not on his best heroes like Doombringer, Batrider, he tends to underperform quite a lot.
I think Yao to me has been the weak link though. He For a mid player, he just seems to like get his core items up much slower than other mid players. Like he plays much more like that space creating mid when he need. Like sometimes like that Gamers Invoker today, like, he just got such a slow Orchid despite the fact he got an early kill. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yao's play is never like he's always been pretty consistent, but he's never been like wow impressive.
Exactly, yeah. He's never been the type of flashy player. Like, we still remember during TI2 times when he was still with LGG and Xiao 8. He played Invoker. Everybody was feared playing up against his Invoker, but people didn't really realize that he wasn't making any huge plays. He just did what was necessary, essentially. And maybe with the way the game's evolving, he's a bit out of fashion. But maybe he's just having. I mean, some players sometimes just have a certain period of time where they underperform. So maybe. Yeah. At some point, he's going to get better. I don't really know.
We see a Nature's Prophet come out. This has not been a hot pick so much as far as any of the scenes go. It has fallen off a bit, but I think it's still a very viable hero and something you can be nice and aggressive with early because of that global presence. So, CDEC Gaming I mean, they've got a lot of global presence with the Ancient Apparition and the Nature's Prophet. Some really nice synergy coming into play here.
Indeed. Weaver, a really favored pick from Newbee when Haro was still playing, so let's see who's going to be taking up the reins of the Weaver. We have seen Moo a couple of times play solo mid Weaver to varying degrees of success, I'd say. But I mean, Xiao 8 used to be one of his signature heroes back in the Dota 1 days. Popularized the heavy Vitality booster into Pipe build on Weaver, I think, which is really completely unplayable right now. It's essentially, I mean, it's just falling out of fashion.
Was it Xiao 8 who played the solo mid Weaver when Na'Vi went to China and were running the Pudge mid, and they used Weaver mid against the Pudge? Was that Xiao 8?
No, that was Super on the Weaver, wasn't it?
I think you're right. I think that was Super.
It was Super on Weaver, I believe. Solo mid Weaver being played by Super. I don't think it was Xiao 8 who played the Weaver. But yeah.
We'll see what comes out here. Generally a safe lane farmer. Like, this would normally be Hao's hero for, like, the safe lane, the Weaver, so... We'll see how Rabbit adjusts if he's going to be sticking to that carry role. Like you said, nowhere near the same aggression as Hao, but Weaver's a hero who you can kind of... Even a less aggressive player can can get more aggressive with just because the hero is so mobile and does have such good escapes with.
Yeah. Sanking, a hero we haven't seen so far in the series either. Great hero overall. It's just he can do so much. He's great for AE lockdown. He's great in team fight. If you do not find any early, this is really looking like a draft they play when Hao's around. Like Ember Spirit Weaver. This is something that they always like to run. So maybe they're just going to go back to stick to your guns in that way, and then just have one player replacing the other and taking on the role. But yeah, Sand King, if he doesn't get the early roams off successfully, he can still fall back into the jungle and farm a fast Blink Dagger. Nice combination with Ancient Apparition overall, setting up the Cold Feet and then coupled with Ice Vortex. So overall, just a very solid pick and good teamfight control.
Yeah. Well, we'll see the last couple of picks coming into play. Newbee just needs support, but I'm more curious what CDEC have planned for their carry role here. They've can really go any direction here, and just depending on what they want against this Ember Spirit Weaver duo. They may just go with something kind of bland like the Viper, which they had last game, and I feel like Viper's not bad here, having a fast mech buyer and someone tanky against the Ember Spirit, because you know there's going to be a lot of aggression from Newbee around that kind of 15 to 20 minute mark with the Ember Spirit, so...
That would put him on the timer, though. That would mean they have no DPS carry.
Well, Prophet's
apart from
not
Nature's
bad.
Prophet, Prophet, okay, but that would be kind of risky, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Viper, Rumors, and Nature's Prophet only cause, and you basically have to win early game. It's always even if you manage to pull it off, there's still a psychological effect of, okay, we have to win this in the next 20 minutes, so...
Hey, let's see the anti-mates then.
Anti-Mage? Really? You want to see it?
Anti-Mage is one of my favorite heroes, I gotta say. I really like watching Anti-Mage. I'm an oddball.
No, I think Anti-Mage, I like the hero by himself as well. It's just, I think he's a bit of an unpopular hero overall with most viewers. But they go for Morphling. Yeah, they have A on their side. They feel comfortable playing the Morphling. He's pretty good against Ember Spirit since his high armor basically means he doesn't take too much damage for Slide of Fist. Although the Cleave would still damage him. So.
Well, Newbee see their last pick come into play now.
Support Elder Titan? I don't know.
I was just thinking the same thing, man. I'm like, Elder Titan against Morphling, let's go.
Let's go.
I don't feel like
if it's secret, I think they do it.
Yes, because it's Newbee, I don't think so, but I feel like other teams would do so.
Oh wow. Okay, this is greed.
Yeah.
They go greedy. They go Doom. Okay.
I mean, we assume that's a jungle Doom. I guess it could be a support type, but this is more likely than not a jungle Doom. I guess responding to the fact that CDEC are likely to get a bit greedy with their Sand King in the jungle.
Okay. No, we found rabbits on the Weaver, so let's see if Banana is playing the Doom. It's going to be jungle Doom. So.
Yeah. Let's see. It's the greedy jungle. Heroes like, I guess like Enigma and stuff were there as well, but the Doom obviously works a bit better against the Brewmaster, even the Morphling, but nowhere near as efficient or as good a jungler as something like an Enigma. These Chinese teams really don't like picking Enigma. Right, it's something I've noticed.
Yeah, then basically, no, you're right on that fact. They don't like Enigma that much. Since Xiaoid is on the Tide Hunter, we would think it's going to be Jungle Doom for sure.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if they can get away with it. Maybe it's if both teams just go ultra greedy, and then you have Jungle Sand King against Jungle Doom, so it doesn't really matter too much. But
I mean, Sand King doesn't have to be greedy. Like he can go for a few early ganks and have a lot more early game presence without having to get greedy and farm his blink.
Yeah, I mean, I think his main ganking target would be the Ember Spirit mid. Rabbit on his Weaver is going to be a bit hard to gank, so maybe mid lane is going to be the main gank target. Tide Hunter also is still doable, but really annoying with this Kraken shell. So,
yeah, just
thing is, since you were saying, sorry,
no, just getting like a single kill on the mid lane Ember Spirit in between farming up the jungle is something where like the Ember Spirit's going to expect Sand King to be at neutral camp, so if you get that smoke gank off, it could catch Ember Spirit by surprise.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe he's going to go solo mid with Morphling. I think almost all the games he did, like when I was watching, he's been going solo mid Morphling.
Okay. I guess, yeah, so, Brewmaster safe. It is the normal safe lane farmer, Zhao Hong on the Brewmaster.
Yeah,
so.
Indeed. It's maybe really likes those carries mid. It's very rare I see him playing anything else. Always Naga, Lycan, Morphling, quite a lot actually, a lot of Morphling. So he does like those type of heroes. Sometimes even Queen of Pain, but a bit unusual. But I really don't know how. I mean, if we, in terms of laning, Weaver is totally fine against Prophet, so he doesn't really need too much help. Then Tide Hunter against the safe lane. If we assume it's going to be the Brewmaster, it's going to be an even lane. But Brewmaster probably has Ancient Apparition backing him up, so he should still win the lane. So I think laning, in terms of laning, all those teams, Ember against Morphling is also completely even in my book. So, yeah. I don't see heavy advantage going either way, really.
No, I definitely agree. We'll have to see how Prophet does in the off lane. He can be really annoying there as far as preventing any pulls from happening, using those treants just to control at least what the support's doing, and even just keep track of where the Scarith is if Scarith decides to try and swing towards the mid lane and harass the Morphling at all. But a bit of a pause coming out as it looks like Newbee, well, they had a few problems as they paused.
Yeah, I think Banana disconnected, so...
He seems to be back, so I'm not sure what's going on. Gotta lay down the hammer here with these teams sometimes. It's always funny, like doing the coin toss and stuff, like they just won't respond. I'm like, do they understand what I'm asking? And then like 5 minutes later they'll say, but
yeah,
I know they all have a little bit of English, but some players more than others. All right. So
yeah, maybe they're just having a few issues. The thing with those it's an online match, right? So CDEC, they could actually, I imagine it's happening. They probably have Mikasa standing behind them, and maybe it's just that added advantage of having such an experienced coach that it just makes them better in terms of decision making. You really saw after that failed Tide Hunter play overall. Later on, he just single-handedly won the game for them with his Tide Hunter performance. So,
if he's sitting behind them, he did make maybe the one bad call to go for that Roshan, where that was where Newbee. That's where I thought Newbee had won that game one when they failed the Roshan, and then Newbee come in, get 2 or 3 kills, still Roshan. I'm just like, well, you had a good run, CDEC, but I think game one was in the bag. But no, they held it together.
Yeah, it was good. I think if it would have been Hao also playing the Razor, he probably would have said, no, we go high ground, we have ages, we go. But they backed up, so it's just a bit of a difference. Sometimes the small things can make a huge difference.
Yeah, Just need that, even though Hao may not be the in-game leader, just having that confident person who says we can do this, and believing in his own abilities there. But well, we'll see. Game 2 once again, no Hao playing, and it definitely is a big hit to Newbee. Do you know, like, they've been playing with stand-ins here and there? Like, do you know what the reasoning is behind it?
At the moment, I actually don't. I think Hao is sick at this point.
Okay.
At one point, they had Sancheng, allegedly for commercial or something, so he wasn't there, and then Banana wasn't there for a while. They constantly are playing with stand-ins. Most of the time, I have to say, when Mikasa was still on the team, Mikasa would be the stand-in. So,
yes, it's kind of funny now. Yeah. They've got to find
he
new
switched
stand-ins.
sides. Yeah, he's really switched sides. I think Xiao 8 is a pretty good substitute. Director 8, TI winner. Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with Zhao 8 standing in. Well, we'll see both teams ready to go. We'll introduce our 2 lineups here. Over on the Radiant side, it will be the CDEC squad, separating from their former LGD organization. We'll have Maybe on the Morphling. We'll have their carry player Zhao Hong on the Brewmaster. We'll have on the Sand King, it'll be Garda, and then back on the Ancient Apparition, Q. And finally, in the offlane, Nature's Prophet being played by 333, the fantastic tide from last game. And then Dire side, we've got Team Newbee, your TI4 champions. Rabbit playing the Weaver. Zhao 8 on the Tide Hunter. Banana going to be on what looks to be a Jungle Doom. Sansheng on the Skywrath Mage. And finally, Mu playing the Ember Spirit. Smoke gank. Well, not even a gank, just a smoke in the enemy jungle here. And this is going to be a full 5-on-5 almost, it looks like.
Well, no Prophet, though.
Koreans coming in, and they're on the low ground, and they realize it's a smoke. Garda sees them come out of the smoke and realize that probably means there's 5 heroes coming our way. And a lot of these heroes have boots here. Gush is going to be leveled up. This is going to be a full 5-on-5 clash. Chilling Touch comes into play. Banana's trapped. He's going to be the first casualty. It looks like first blood.
I think it's terrible for Newbee.
CDEC going to lose one. They get the Ancient Apparition. This fight's not over just yet. Sanking further down is going to just scurry himself away. The Arcane Bolt's doing a lot of damage in the midst of things here as well. It's actually going to turn out okay for Newbee, even though they give it the first blood. Nice 2-hero Pyro Strike. He wants Moo. He's not going to get him to Searing Chains. He still gets the right clicks. He's still able to attack, and 2-for-2 trade. All right.
Yeah,
bit of a wash.
Bit of a wash, but CDEC managed to get the first blood, and it's a bit unfortunate that Moo died. Like, on the other hand, Brewmaster got first blood, and he hasn't died yet, managed to get 2 assists, so I think CDEC do come out ahead in this exchange.
Yeah. I think they come out slightly ahead as well there, but ever so slightly. The net worth is, well, doesn't actually give me a number, but it's in the Newbee favor. That's a number. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Oh god, this Sand King's gonna be pissed. Look at it. 2 illusions blocking those camps, and then he has the 2 other wards blocking. He only has 1 camp to work with at this point. So
block. He's got sentries. These sentries, he needs to be on the money with them. He's going to sentry the magic bush probably, thinking that, hey, the pool camp's blocked, the big camp's blocked. It could well be this magic bush.
Oh god, just out of range. This is so unfortunate. The sentry's out of range.
Now does he check the magic bush? Oh no! Oh no!
He misses both.
Say it ain't so.
Okay, that's bad. This is actually huge because they have 2 supports. Both of them would either leash XP or
he's used 2 tangos as well.
Yeah, this is a pain in the ass.
And the problem is Sanking can't jungle the big camps until he's level 3. He needs the second point in Sandstorm, so he can just leech XP. Maybe they decide, okay, this isn't going to be too good. Let's go for a smoke gank mid or something, but this really hurts CDEC.
Yeah, do they have a smoke? No, they don't actually. I mean, he's got the gold to buy it, I suppose, but I mean, they can't really kill the Titan bot. He's got boots first.
You just sit here leeching XP, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do, really. That's really unfortunate. Meanwhile, like, Banana's having a fun time in the jungle. He's managed to find 2 really good creeps, and he's probably just going to eat the next one.
Jeez, yeah, he's already level 3, and off to a great start. So.
He's totally fine. I mean...
he's level 3, meanwhile Radiant support's level 1. Guardia going to start stacking, and this is just a medium camp, though. He says, please no mud golems, and luckily...
Oh, that's great. Status are awesome. Yeah. And he's going to control bot rune. Is he going to be in time? Yeah, he's got boots first as well, so...
Prophet TP's in for this one. They're going for a kill. This will help the Sand King catch up. At least maybe get him a level 2. Going for some body blocks. Not going to latch on as Zhao 8 with boots first. Going to be close. Needs one more
Vortex. Yeah. Yeah. It's just Chilling Touch is so powerful. So in the end, wonderful TP there from 333. He's not really... He picked out level 3 from that kill as well, so...
Sanking could maybe try jungle with the level 1 Sandstorm on the medium camp with the Satyrs, but it's less than ideal.
Yeah, good play from 3-3 is also he's jungling a bit to take out the really annoying Mud Golem camp, so
yeah.
That's going to help him a bit.
Looks like he's going to stack this big camp as well, maybe, for the Sanking. He's got one tree in over there just to help out, so all the little things kind of matter.
It's important that they managed to get this one, boosting both the supports up to level 2, so a bit more killing potential. Xiao, what was he doing? I thought he was trying to stack the Ancients, but he didn't actually manage to pull it off, so...
Bit of a misplay perhaps there, so... At this point, your Sanking's close enough to level 3, he can just leech XP. Ancient Apparition should probably just leave the 2 heroes bottom to leech XP, and, well, he can either help out mid or just, well, maybe even go stack some more camps as well. As, it's not going to be some time before he can stack again, but there's not much value in him leeching XP bottom as well when the Sanking desperately wants that level 3.
Pretty much. Like, he's just waiting at this point. He's just leeching XP until level 3, and then he can do the one medium camp, probably hoping that Q is going to try stack it one more time, and then hoping it's not going to be Mud Golems.
Not an easy stack with the Satyrs as well as this medium camp, a bit pesky sometimes. But top lane, Banana's actually going for a bit of a rotation here. He's level 3. This is just kind of to zone out the Prophet. I think they want a fast tier 1 tower off of this as Banana shows up, has a Devourer available, which he may just want to use here. Gets himself some money and...
No, he doesn't tanking 2 tower hits rather unnecessarily, but hey, I mean, he just wants to ensure that they get the tower with a catapult wave.
Yeah, this is a nice little move here. Maybe still able to defend this. Treant's up in 2 seconds, and he could use these to draw the aggro up the tower, and the creep wave coming in as well. This tower may just... I don't know if they can get it from this creep wave. The siege creep is still alive, and they need to try burst down this tower. Rabbit takes a few pot shots from the tower, and those pot shots actually hurt quite a good chunk.
Yeah, so they fail in that regard. Garda, he just farms the creep camp. Ancient Apparition, in fact, failed the pull, so that was a bit unfortunate, but still.
I mean, I failed. I feel like getting the triple stack on this medium camp is actually really tricky, especially with a mix of Satyrs and Ogres, because the Ogres are really slow, and the Satyrs, you've got some range, some melee, so it's actually, I would say, quite a difficult triple stack to get. This one you should triple stack here.
Yeah, and, that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Gets that one, but...
Oh, that's awesome. Troll camps are wicked. Those are really good.
Yeah. Well,
Q rotated top lane. He rotated top lane thinking that they might try to go for a dive, but Newbee actually back off, pull back the lane with a pull from Sunshang, so they should be A-okay.
Bad start with the pull camps for CDEC, but I feel like they've definitely made up for it. Like, they've almost got a Blink Dagger on their Brewmaster with the help of the First Blood money. Sanking's well on his way to his Blink Dagger as well in the jungle. He's already got 1,200 gold. And maybe at mid is on 29 CS to Moo's 22, so most lane's going pretty well for CDEC.
Yeah, I think they're comfortable with it. 3-3 is doing a pretty good job on the Prophet. He's going for the early Null Talisman. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of common to go for Blade Mail against Skywrath, but I don't know if he's going to follow through with it fully.
Yeah, we'll see what the plan's going to be here. Banana's still just lurking around. He's actually just kind of waiting out for the 6-minute rune, although Moo here as well, and...
Yeah. They want to give it to Moo. Yeah, he's just walking out the high point to see if Prophet is scouting it.
He's been, well, caught out going for this room with 3 heroes here. Prophet going to TP in to make it 4. Fire Strike on cooldown, he tangles his way through. Zhao Weid's actually going to survive this one, gets back to the safety of his tower.
Maybe actually he would have had mana with stick charges.
Yeah.
He would have had mana for Waveform. I'm a bit surprised he doesn't use it.
You can see the ward planted behind the tier 1 tower for Newbee, as it looks like they may want to get aggressive off of this one. Maybe still this here mid.
He's probably going to pop out now. There's a creep wave to farm, so... hitting Moo a few times. Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, taking advantage of the fact that Prophet once again rotated away, so Rabbit, in fact, pushes down the tier 1 tower.
Yeah. It seems somewhat I mean, it could have been stalled a bit longer if Rabbit stayed up there, but it was kind of inevitable that it would go down eventually. Maybe the next siege creep wave. But whenever Newbee wanted to commit to it, they could have got that tower, so...
I'm a bit surprised they're not making it go. They have Blink Clap Split, and Titan is only level 4.
It's like a guaranteed at least 1 kill, and then you can try transition to a tower. You may as well... I don't even know if you need to use the split. Just a Blink Clap and follow up with the Bar Strike. Yeah, so Clap. The split's going to come in as well. I was waiting for the backup, and Sanking Bar Strike. That'll secure the kill.
No.
Easy, straightforward stuff, and the proper TPing in to go for the push. I like this move from CDEC.
Yeah, they're also preserving the catapult wave, so always really helpful.
Yeah. Just that extra bit of damage here. Doom going to devour one of the treants that was trying to maybe draw aggro of the next creep wave, but that's not coming for some time. Luckily for Doom, no mana for a clap now on this Brewmaster, so it's got some protection here, and then TP coming from the Tide back bottom, so this may be enough to protect the tier 1 tower, and it looks like it will be.
Yeah, they popped the Fortify as well, so I don't think they can get it. It was an attempted rotation, but
yeah, the Prophet TP ends up being not that useful. Like, I think it's worth using the split there, but maybe Prophet should just, I guess, stay elsewhere farming, but it doesn't hurt him too much.
A bit unusual. He's going for a really late bottle on the Brewmaster in minute 8. He just picked up a bottle from his courier. So normally you either go for arcane boots.
Yeah, I feel like
I think those could have helped out. Judging by the fact that Sanking is also going for straight blink, so I think one set of arcane boots definitely wouldn't be wrong. Maybe he wants to transition more into a late game and therefore is banking on the fact that he's going to get treads into Vlad's AC later. But
even a I feel like he's going to have to make a stop off for a BKB against the Tide Skywrath maybe as well, but does have the Doom to worry about.
Smoking from Newbee. They're going to find Q for sure.
Yeah. Well, if it's just Q who goes down, it's not too bad here. Xiao Hong does have the blink out, and yep, he'll use that to go further south, and does disjoint the concussive shot.
They don't actually know where he is, and no, he's walking back out. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he should have just stayed inside. I don't think he would have...
I mean, he could have TP'd out as well if he wanted to. Needs to get away for a blink, and nope, won't be allowed to do so.
Yeah. This is, I think, a bit of a misplay there from the Brewmaster, but then in the end... Still hard. Maybe if Newbee were really looking hard enough, they could have found him in the end anyway. But
they did ping him, so it looked like... I mean, they at least had an idea where he was. They didn't fully scout it out, but he happened to walk just into their waiting arms.
Yeah. Doom also hitting level 6, so Banana's been rotating quite a lot on his jungle Doom. He's really not statically farming. He's going for early Tranquil Boots, Bracer, really not going for the Midas as it seems. And now even a Magic Wand, so...
Sitting around this mid lane, maybe looking to catch up, maybe. If you get the Doom off before the morph strength. He's very low on HP with all this morphed agility already, so...
There is a Blink Sanking behind him though, so...
Yeah. That's problematic. Just level 2 Burrow Strike. Ooh. Going for the full max Sandstorm. Normally you see like maybe a 3-3-1 build, but...
Yeah. 4 levels in Sandstorm is rather unusual, because most of the time you don't need it to farm. But, hey...
You get the 4th point by like level 8, level 9, but... It's it's not needed to accelerate farm.
He's really diving hard onto Q, but...
You may get punished for this one. There's a blink clap in a second here, and... No, I'm not going to chase it up.
Yeah, they don't know where the rest of Newbee's heroes are, and they're right. They're actually in the vicinity, so there's... Banana still itching to use his first Doom of the game.
I think Gada itching to use his Blink Dagger, although I think he got scattered out there as well. He kind of poked his nose out in the jungle when Banana was around, so I think Newbee may know very well that he's Sanking as a Blink.
He just nearly walked into the Brewmaster, but he blinks out.
Well, double blinks, Epicenter being channeled here. They want to go in this Doom. Burrow Strike to follow, and Banana may not even get off his Doom if he's not careful here. No, he's going to be burst down to start things off. Ravage comes too late to save his life, and it's a decent Ravage, but Tide goes down anyways, and there's no real follow-up damage to kill anything more than an Ancient Apparition, and Moose trapped.
Moose, and
He's got mana for a TP now, but I don't think he's going to get it off. The right-click damage is too much.
Yeah,
3 dead, make it 4. Yep, right-click.
That was really eager play there. Just, I mean, it's daytime. You walk into full vision into the tower trying to get a Doom off, and then the Epicenter really caught them off guard. Doom instantly died without getting anything off. Ravage was a bit late. They kind of tried to go for the Brewmaster with the silence from the Skywrath, but that didn't work. They didn't have the purse to bring him down. And he wasn't even forced to use a split.
Morphling gets the tower last hit, so maybe 2-0-2, gets some tower money going his way. He's top of the net worth chart now.
Yeah, it's not a bad link in this game. In fact, it's good against Skywrath Ancient Seal. It's good against Doom. So you might go for the standard Lincoln Sphere on Morphling.
Yeah, I think it's a decent idea. There's a few spells to cancel it, but that's always going to be the case whenever this happens. Yao 8's going for the double Bracer build. Ooh.
Yeah, Bracer gaming.
Yeah, not bad by any means, but...
Yeah, it's an indication that you're not having a good game.
Yeah, it means he probably has to like not go for the Arcane Boots and just go straight for the Blink now, because if you go for the Arcane Boots, your Blink's just going to come way too late.
Yeah. At the moment, Rabbit is essentially the only hero on Newbee side who's having a good game at this point.
Yeah, after the Ember Spirit's had a few kind of iffy rotations toward this bottom lane, he's died twice this game total, and he's not had the most fun.
No, Rabbit is kind of trying to split push, but he doesn't really do too much damage to the towers at this point.
It's such a slow process. TP will come down here. Doom's ready with his ultimate.
Oh god, the trees? Are they going to spot him?
Not yet. Hasn't. Normally you'd send one maybe to go scout. Oh, you gotta check it. Banana's coming in. He's back.
Is he going to use the Doom? No, he's just too far away.
Kuchi, but even with that, yeah, I agree. I think he's too far away. The split push is real though. Moose split pushing top as well.
Yeah, but Ember also not a great tower sieger at this point.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to walk into Rat Banana. Again, he's going to be brought down without casting a Doom. The Primal Split is there and Banana's got no way out. This is really crippling for Newbee. They keep trying to fight around this Doom and they're not allowed to use it. Ancient Apparition Ultimate will go flying through. Flips Zhao 8 with the Shatter Effect.
Oh, Rabbit dies.
Wow. He buys back immediately. He time-lapses back in as well. He's going to get one kill on the Ancient Apparition. Look for Maybe as well, but Maybe may just get the best of this one. Rabbit going to wand himself back up. Morph Strength, TP's out. Maybe going to survive.
Yeah, but Ravage being expanded along with the Mystic Flares in order to kill the Brewmaster, but it still cost him a buyback, so...
Yeah, the teamfight recap says pretty even, slightly CDEC favored. The tower deny, well, it's still a tower going down, which is a pretty important tower at that in the mid-tier 1.
Yeah, but that buyback from Rabbit is really annoying, setting back his Lincoln Sphere by quite a large margin, and Brewmaster dying after Split was used is not too bad. In the end, Maybe he's still dying. He's currently on a dominating streak and leading the net worth chart.
His farm is less important than the Morphlings and even the Nature's Prophet, I'd say. Like, Prophet's going for an Orchid, so this is going to be at least somewhat of a semi-carry Prophet.
They're going to go for a move on the mid lane, but he has a Remnant ready, so...
Gets a rune as well out of it. Ancient Apparition Ultimate slightly off the mark, it looked like.
Yeah, it was a bit late, I think. It basically had to land at the same time as the Bow Strike, otherwise just Ember goes out.
Nice thing, CDEC still in a decent position here. Morphling suddenly well on top of the net worth chart after that fight.
Yeah,
picks up an ultimate orb, and this indicates possible Lincoln Sphere, but normally you go the Perseverance first, although the stats aren't bad here, so...
The fact that he was going mid, and so he picked up a bottle, so he really doesn't need the regen from the Perseverance, I suppose.
Probably still Lincolns, although it could be like a Skadi Rush or something, but I think the Lincoln's, like you said, your best item of choice here.
Yeah. Sometimes Lincoln's first is not a good item choice, but Smoke actually being popped there, they know that he should be there.
Again. This time around, he'll get off the ultimate. First Doom of the game, and it does absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
That's a bad.
It doesn't even disable passive, so it's kind of a spike Doom. So he was just didn't really manage to get Doom off on anybody really. So.
And now it's on cooldown, so you've got to defend this top tier 1 tower when Doom respawns. Well, guess what? You haven't got that ultimate, so
it's really awkward. I mean, Banana was also the guy drafting, so I think he might be regretting his choice a little bit here. It's not working out at all.
I think the pick was okay-ish, but I mean, a lot of it's just been his play and he's been way too aggressive. I think trying to make up for the fact that Hao's not here being aggressive, he's like, okay, I got to do this myself, and he's trying to force these Dooms way too much with some of his positioning. Oh,
yeah.
Sansheng. This is not where you want to be. One Blink Pyro Strike coming up. It's actually on cooldown for 7 seconds, the Blink. Garda already using it to get down river.
Maybe also missed his waveforms, so it doesn't really matter in the end. Prophet is going for the early Orchid, which is a really common pickup against Ember Spirit, so also amazing against Weaver if you can get it off before he has Lincolns. Yeah.
Should get it maybe a little before the Lincolns, or about the same time, so we'll see how that pans out, as Weaver Rabbit is still farming pretty well. He's down at the bottom lane once more and has about 2k gold for his ultimate orb. Yeah.
They really need Weaver to get fat. If they get Weaver and Ember Spirit fat, it would be good. But the Doom is really so far behind at this point. I mean, how often do you see a Doom who is basically bottom 3 in terms of net worth?
That's a rare sight.
That's pretty terrible, actually. I mean, he's died 4 times, only participated in 1 kill, which I believe was in the very early level 1 fight. So
it would have been.
So it's kind of, he's not having a good game overall, but maybe, I mean, it's still a Doombringer. He can still catch up rather nicely with Devour Max.
That's the thing. You can be like 0 and 10 with very little involvement, and then mid to late game still have a huge impact just with 1 good Blink Doom onto someone like a Brewmaster. So
pretty much.
We'll see CDEC
smoke
their way into Magnifying Tide, and Tide 1800 gold. He was close to his Blink. Still 1500, but nice little pick off there nonetheless.
Yeah, A getting a kill is also kind of nice. I mean, he's really poor. He's the guy who's in charge of all the wards and sentries and whatnot, so really doesn't have anything. Sometimes we see a few more greedy Ancient Apparitions being played, but the fact that you have a Sand King on your team, which is fire priority goes to the Sand King, and Ancient Apparitions relegated to more of a 6th role, basically. It's not even a 5 at this point.
Yeah. These two supports on the CDEC side have been involved in so many of these kills. 11 of the 12 kills have had the Sand King, and even Q on the Ancient Apparition. 2, 4, and 7. He's died a fair few times, but he's been very active this game.
I think it's really hard. I mean, most of the time as A, you just die. If people find you, they're currently on top of you, just die. You have no escape mechanism, you're really squishy. So A is one. As long as he gets everything off in the fight, his job's done.
Morphling just 100 gold away from that Lincoln Sphere now, as he has the rest of the pieces over at the secret shop, waiting for the Void Stone. So,
TP, probably one more waveform. No, never mind. He's not even going to use that, and he's got it. Deepest mid lane. And I really don't. They need to expend quite a lot to kill him.
Yeah,
they need to break Lincolns and then Doom. Break Lincolns and then Doom. Basically, that's the only way I see them kill them. Yeah. So, but
there's so much protection with like a good Sand King Burrow Strike on the multiple heroes, a Brewmaster Split. They've got a lot of stuff to help defend the Morphling and create space for him in a team fight. Yeah,
and Ember Spirit, soon he's not going to be able to run freely in the fight. Prophet is really close to the Orchid, so Moo's got to be quite careful. It's one of those games where Ember Spirit...
they were going for a kill in mid lane.
Top lane, Sunshine using his...
Some aggressive warding.
Yep.
If there's like a Radiant ward like on somewhere around these Ancients that spots him going there, he's just straight up dead, and all those wards probably get taken out. But luckily for him, he doesn't get spotted going into that Radiant territory.
In fact, the Radiant don't have that much vision. They have one incredibly aggressive ward there, but they don't see too much.
Yeah, this ward is okay. I feel like it'd almost be better off maybe scouting out these Ancients, although I think they had that earlier, but it got de-warded.
Yeah.
It was over on like this cliff around here, but... See, Treant's being used to scout things out instead.
You know, Blink Dagger Doom, it's pretty much necessary for him to get into the fight, otherwise he's never going to be able to get toward the Morphling just waddling in, so they need the Blink on the Doom, I think is definitely the correct choice.
Tide gets at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Might be a good timing window to try to go for a kill.
And they got something like a smoke here maybe to pop out with Deuce? They do have some.
There we go.
Also, Rabbit's Lincoln Sphere, so they've pretty much got their 20-minute core items, maybe just missing Moo's Battle Fury. But even so, I think they're well equipped to take a fight of some kind here. They still have to be very careful, because there's so much killing potential.
Oh, okay, that just happened.
Was that a replicate, or was that just a normal illusion?
Just a normal illusion rune. Their smoke didn't even get popped, and they used everything on it.
Now Banana can get caught out. Ice Blast, Banana looking at TP.
Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? It's not gonna work. Moo, does he have a
low on mana. Oh, he's got just enough mana maybe for one Fire Remnant. He's looking to go downhill. Will do so. One last right click, 8 HP. Whew.
That was way too close for comfort.
He waited a long time to use it. Oh, 333 was looking for the TP kill, but he went around the side towards the secret shop, so not going to find it.
Yeah. A bit unfortunate, but then again, once again, they just used the Doom on an illusion. Smoke didn't even get popped. I'm really surprised they did that. So, huge misplay there by Banana. Once again, completely wasted Doom. And that means CDEC, they feel comfortable going for a tier 2 tower push in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think they're probably right in thinking so. They've still got the Epicenter and the Primal Split, so big ultimates are ready to go. Rabbit now going to scout things out on the high ground here. The Sentry Ward, actually a Dire Sentry Ward being used. They break the Lincolns, get the stun, but CDEC decide they want to back off, and a Ravage! Okay. It's a whiff! They catch Q, but that's just an Ancient Apparition, and now they can go back in and maybe try to take this fight. Banana going to get...
split, yeah, they're going to fight.
Caught again. The Primal Split's there, they're going to Boulder Toss on the Banana, Burrow Strike to follow things up. Still no Epicenter. Actually, Epicenter's already being used. The Urn Charge is now maybe trying to be used somewhat offensively, as not too many Newbee heroes actually hitting the deck here. They're actually coming out on top of this fight, maybe forced to try and TP out with some more strength. Just barely.
Oh, wow. That was really close. Moo kind of salvaged the fight. With his Slide of Fist, he cancelled the blink from the Sand King, so he couldn't blink in after Epicenter.
No, so I was about to say, I clicked the Sand King at one point, and Epicenter was on cooldown, but I didn't see any Epicenter that fight.
Yeah, Moo cancelled it with a Slide of Fist into Searing Chain, so that was pretty huge, actually, even though they completely whiffed the Ravage.
Yeah. That like they kill the Ancient Apparition, even though it was a 4v5, that fight looked like it could well go CDEC's way with the Primal Split, but they needed that Epicenter as well.
And unfortunately, they still can't get any collateral out of it. They can't get the tier 1 mid.
Yeah, they're sitting around here. They have got Doom back up, but yeah, Doom gonna TP mid as well.
How useful has he really been this game, let's be honest?
This Doom's been awful. Banana man. You have some good games, but this is not one of them.
Yeah, I mean, before that, basically, he respawned, TP'd back in, and died within 2 seconds, so... Yeah, it was a bit awkward. It's not a good game from him. But once again, he is a Doom. Then is he gonna die again? No, he's not.
Let's hope not.
That would just be sad. I think at this point, Garda is just, as soon as he sees me, just blink Burrow Strikes him the whole time. And it's like, oh, guys, free kill.
With just an Ice Blast, like, on top of the Burrow Strike in the Sandstorm, like, Doom is in Struggle Town.
Yeah. Pretty much. Maybe he's going to go for the shotgun.
He has no response because Sand King just immediately Sandstorm, so it's not like you can doom the Sand King after he stuns you or anything like that. You haven't got the instant detection available.
I mean, he could pick up like a War Stomp or something along those lines, but he's keeping the Ogre Creeper, so...
Smoke from Newbee.
Well, they're gonna
find 20.
They might find the Panda, but this creep camp is so annoying though. I think they saw the Skywrath. Yep, they do.
Well, once again, the AA.
Yeah, taking it for the team. What can I say? Top lane, Rabbit trying to go for a kill, and it's incredibly close, in fact.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
he just manages to TP out.
Oh, time lapses. He's fine here. They haven't really got the lockdown or ability to kill him. Probably the TP in maybe could. He's looking to go for this one. He's going to walk in. Sprout will block him off. Would have loved to get the surround there. Rabbit now. Clap.
TP.
Yeah, that'll work.
They don't have... They had adaptive.
Oh, that's to say. Yeah. Lincoln's... I think Lincoln's might have been back up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was back up that second, but it was back up when I checked after the TP.
Yeah, might have been. But still, I would have at least attempted it.
I mean, I think even if you cancel the TP, he still lives because he can Shikuchi away, but who... It would have been... I mean, yeah, like you say, may as well attempt it. It doesn't cost Morphling anything.
Yeah. It's 100 mana, so... never mind. It doesn't really matter too much, but it's just, yeah, I mean, it's a very common thing. Like, supports tanking smoke gang so their carries can live. It's not a bad thing, in fact.
Yeah, it's the Pile I Die effect. You see a Blink Fire. It's like they get the silence on Moo, and Moo not get out of this one. Nicely played.
Yeah, he's essentially he was doing the only thing that could have saved him, but it's just not going to work. And top lane,
Nana. What?
Yeah,
that's a primal split.
Game. That's a primal split, but I mean,
that's worth it. You're going to get a tier 2 tower as well out of this one. Meanwhile, Garda walk into the Weaver, but he can Sandstorm, dodge the concussive shot, blinks away, has a Burrow Strike as well if he needs to use it to escape as maybe Replica's back towards mid lane.
Yeah, maybe Repka's back. He's got enough gold for the Eagle Song, so you can pick up the shotgun.
Wow, he's really fun. Like 25-minute shotgun plus Lincoln's. This is some strong farm coming out of maybe.
It's pretty good. Yeah, he's just most of the time he's been participating in quite a lot of those kills. He's 6-0 and 2, so he's got quite a big streak. Picks up a DD rune, it's gonna help. And who's top lane now? It's Rabbit, so he probably shouldn't die. But
Prophet, that's not a place you want to TP to. Jowit's going to work on his refresher orb already with a Perseverance picked up. No mech this game.
Doesn't he see him? What? Well, okay, that's a nice little spot there. I gotta remember that one.
Where was the spot?
Just right there. Can you see where I'm pinging?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was hiding. The Brumos was hiding inside, and then the Tide just walked past him and couldn't see him.
Okay. Huh. Very sneaky. Jowit back to farming these jungle newts and...
top lane? He has to be careful if they manage to... He's breaking links with adaptive, so if Rabbit's taking the lane, he's gonna die.
I imagine Weaver knows that he's breaking it for the Prophet TP Orchid, but...
he might get the Burrow Strike off.
Yeah, Burrow Strike, shotgun, wave for me, gets the kill before the time lapse. Elsewhere bottom lane, they kill the Ancient Apparition, but again, it's the Pile I Die effect. You feed away some kills, you get something more important elsewhere on the map. It's not like Newbee are even getting a tower or a Roshan off of this. These AA kills mean absolutely nothing.
I really think Rabbit wasn't expecting that amount of burst coming out. I mean, he still had 15 one-charges and he didn't even use them, so it's probably just happened. It just happened too quickly, I think.
He could have wandered before the time-lapse, maybe, but yeah, like you say, he just wasn't expecting it, wasn't ready.
Yeah. Just massive amounts of damage, and maybe wasn't even fully morphed on agility, so... It's gotta be careful. If your carry Weaver is dying that easily, to Burrow Strike and an adaptive combo, that's not a good sign.
Yeah. He's picked up a Mithril Hammer on the Weaver, but at the same time, like, some games you see that BKB after the Lincoln Sphere, you do kind of lack the DPS then, but if you need it to survive, you kind of need it to survive.
Yeah, at the moment they really don't have an answer. They kind of need Doom on the Morphling in order to deal with him, but Banana, if he's not busy dying, then...
He's busy dooming heroes that don't die. That's the only other thing he's really done.
Pretty much, just spite dooms, so... Yeah, is that I mean, A is picking up the gen, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna give it to somebody else since he's the one dying the whole time.
I think it goes to the Brewmaster, yeah. I guess Brewmaster would have to drop something, his TP or his wand, his bottle, but he's got a BKB now, yeah. I think Brewmaster your best bet. Maybe Sand takes it as well.
Sand yeah.
Yeah.
He's really close to his BKB on his own.
This Sand really farmed in like 1500 HP. That is... Yeah, pretty beastly for Sand.
Gotta start treating him like a core on the moment. He's participated in 15 out of the 17 kills, so great kill participation over from Gada. I just believe... I mean, of course, Newbee supports are the most experienced duo, but during this series, CDEC supports are really just outshining them at this point.
Yeah. Like, even this Ancient Apparition who's 2 and 7 had done fantastic. All the Ice Blasts have been on point when they've been needed. A few here or there, like half a second late, but...
Oh, Moo might die on the bot lane. He's to be really careful.
They're pinging actually in the trees, right where the Sand was.
I think the main reason they pinged was because Prophet was TPing there, so... Might have given away Sand position.
Well, we'll see them just maybe get to work on this T2 tower. They leave the Sand replicate here, maybe trying to bait out some spells.
Yeah.
That's a sneaky little play here.
Well, Doom isn't there to doom him, so whatever. That was one of those guys I would expect it. Oh, look, there's a Sand King. I'm gonna tune him.
I feel like the fact that they're going for it.
They're going.
This is gonna be so obvious. He's not burrow striking. He's not using anything like.
They're even using a drum charge. They realize.
Oh yeah. When he doesn't burrow strike, Moo's like, okay, I'm onto you now. Doesn't even use the Searing Chains because that would just be a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, pretty much. Is that gonna be his BKB on Rabbit? Indeed. They're desperately lacking damage at this point.
Wow. They're playing for the when you go this build, you're playing for that late game wait because he needs another item now before.
Okay, there used to be a Skywrath there.
Oh dear, that shotgun.
I think he died before adaptive hit. He died to E-Blade waveform before adaptive hit. So yeah, Skywrath. Despite the fact he hasn't earned to, I suppose, beef him up a little bit, he still dies to a Morphling. At the moment, really don't have a solution. Yeah.
Looks like they did see the fire run from the Ember Spirit, but I don't think they care. I think they just go for this regardless.
Yeah.
Apparition maybe wants to position outside, but it doesn't seem to matter. They see Weaver mid and they know they're safe.
Yeah, and they're in absolutely no position to defend at all. I mean, even Ember Spirit being forced to go for BKB, I think that that BKB is rather early. I don't really like it too much. Of course, it's necessary at some point against the Prophet, but if you're not dealing any damage as Ember, you can just ignore him. So
he's kind of like game-losing BKBs in a way. Like, you get them and you stay alive, but you're not winning the game if you're not dealing damage.
Yeah.
Like, I think Weaver can afford to do it because he can farm that. He can just keep on farming until he has that next item, but for Ember Spirit, yeah. He doesn't... I think he needs to be fighting and actually taking part in these clashes because CDEC is just getting tower after tower right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the last outer tower. It's Newbee are in no position to contest anyway. They tried to split farm a little bit with Rabbit, but the Morphling is getting 2 stacked at this point. He's picked up a full Manta Star onto his way, so it's on the Cory at the point. And with Aegis up on Morphling, how are they going to kill him at all?
They may go high ground. No, Prophet TP's top can get back. I think they may wait just for the Sand King BKB, which is a couple hundred gold away.
Yeah, maybe. Push out the lanes a little bit, get Sand King BKB, and at some point force high ground. So you were right, though. The Brewmaster is running on with the gem. So Newbee has absolutely zero map vision at this point of the game. They have no walls up.
Oh, looking for a pick-off. Not going to find much with the Ice Blast waveform in. Doom has a BKB. Question is, can he even get to use it? Because if he gets Burrow Strike, the shotgun can kill him during that stun duration. So BKB has no guarantee of survivability.
He is so important to us in lineup, though. He's the main hero to be able to make Morphling killable, basically. So
if CDEC ever see him, they'll just Burrow Strike and shotgun him before he can even BKB, I feel. And then you probably... it depends a bit on how fast Xiao 8 reacts, because Xiao 8 has farmed a refresher orb out of nothing. 32 minutes in, this is a really good time to get this refresher.
Yeah, they saw the power of refresher tide last game, I suppose, and you're thinking, okay, we need to get tide farmed.
Yeah. Refresher's one of those items I've seen a few people mention, like, maybe needs a few tweaks, because it just seems like a bit too good on some heroes. Like, even like something like a BKB effect, where the more you use it, it maybe gets a little bit weaker. I don't know what your thoughts are there, but it's...
I think it's still an incredibly expensive item, and most of the time you don't really want it on you. You kind of, as in ultra late game, you want it on the courier, basically. Or something along those lines. So
that thought, engagement coming in. Got a BKB. He could get Doom, but Banana doesn't want to Doom. He's looking for another target. The Primal Split's been cast. Doom comes in now. Actually, I think it gets blocked.
Lincolns.
Oh my gosh, Banana, you're a clown, mate. What are you doing?
You clown, mate. That's a bit harsh. That's a bit. I mean, he's gonna die. Pay for his insolence. There's even Epicenter being expended, but who the hell cares?
No, it is a bit. You have your bad games, but that was just so unfortunate for him. I guess he thought a teammate had maybe broken the Lincolns there, but...
Yeah, but you see the effect, you hear it. Come on, that's an amateur mistake, really. They even use double Ravage, so...
And they're diving deep. Move. Oh, TP back cancelled.
That's game. Sad to say, but Newbee are actually going to get 2-0 by CDEC here. And I suppose they are kind of lacking their coach at this point. I think Mikasa is probably just the evil mastermind behind the scenes and thinking, I did everything correctly and calculated everything. Everything is going according to plan.
Game 1 was close, but this game was pretty one-sided.
It really was. I think Newbee they kind of drafted themselves into a corner, going for those greedy pickups. Bagada even going for an incredibly aggressive Burrow Strike there. A bit unnecessary, but this game is close to being unthrown. Shotgun, Skyward dies once again.
BKB lose the Brewmaster.
Yeah, they're gonna lose him, but... Banana, BKB is not gonna save you, mate.
Maybe could have chased for it, decides against it. Weaver took the gem though, so Ancient Apparition tried, the Brewmaster tried to pass the gem to a teammate before he died, but unsuccessful, and gem has been claimed by the Newbee side, but... A
bit of an unnecessary kill there, but it's really, in the grand scheme of things, the CDEC are way ahead.
Yeah, so this Morphling is way too scary. I guess it was... What, a kill going to the Weaver? When you're behind by this big a margin, Weaver got a good chunk of money out of that. Actually, it was only like a 7k net worth difference, so it wasn't like one of those 15k net worth difference kills, but Weaver still has 3.2k gold, so probably maybe... MKB here, I guess, is probably a bit better than the Desolator at this stage. And
yeah, I mean, even if you get Desolator, you probably can't shoot through the whole huge base armor that Morphling has. He got 29 armor, so... And it's gonna get buffed even further with the Vladimir's offering there, so... That's gonna be hard. I mean, the Desolator, I mean, maybe he's gonna pick it up eventually, but they can't deal with the Morphling. He's
You're
way
not
too
killing
stacked.
Morphling with right-click damage at this stage. You're killing him with, like you said earlier, the Doom, the Ancient Seal, and just magic damage in some ways. You need to hit him with a Ravage as well. Shotgun, goodbye.
Sansheng, he's been the prime target of maybe the whole time throughout this game. He's died 5 times, and out of those 5 deaths, 4 of them were because of shotgun. So there's absolutely nothing you can do. It's not like if Morphling just appears in front of you, you just die. So he's essentially just food at this point. He's a walking ward. Nothing more you can do. And Mu is not a threat either. As I said, he has BKB on Ember, but it's not doing anything.
He feels like he just needs to go for that second Battle Fury as Daedalus just to spam from the high ground and play defensively. But
yeah, the only thing they can do is just try to stall the game and get Ember fat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Wait out. I mean, they would manage to wait out the Aegis from Morphling, but he's so close to Skadi right now.
Well, a bit of a misclick there by 333. He BKBs. And I think he meant to Orchid there, but he will get the Orchid now onto Rabbit. Rabbit will BKB it off. Here comes the initiation. This is a good Doom. Catches out the Brewmaster before the split. And Brewmaster going to go down. Epicenter shows up. That's going to be enough to bring down the Titan Morphling here as well. Rabbit. Uh-oh. Ice Blast. Ooh, he's gone back. He's dodged it. Gets hit by the Shadow Effect, but he's got more than enough HP to survive, so... A one team fight for Newbee, and it's on the back of a good Doom.
Yeah, it's a good Doom, but I actually think he could have put it on maybe. Maybe he thought he still had the Aegis, so that's why he didn't do it. But yeah, this
I guess the worry is
sucks.
if you Doom him and he's Morphling Strength, you probably don't kill him though, because then the Primal Split just creates enough space for Morphling to still survive.
Yeah, Dooming the Brewmaster was just the safer play overall. With Morphling, he had to cancel his link-ins, but Morphling, after losing Aegis, picks up a full BKB. I think it's a great purchase at this point of the game. Not going for the early BKB, but suddenly now, where they are starting to have the opportunity to deal with it, he suddenly has a 10-second BKB. So
yeah, and an Ultimate, so he's just got money coming out of nowhere. I mean, well, not so much out of nowhere. Out of this Skywrath Mage has been part of one of the many resources, but
yeah, Banana being the other most of the time. So
yeah. Well,
hey, they're yummy, so easy food, I suppose, for maybe overall. It's so hard. The Sand King is also doing a great job overall. Garda playing pretty well on the Sand King. I would imagine. Net worth is opening up to his own Brewmaster, who used to be on the safe lane.
The supports have just been really on point. Even Ancient Apparition, who won't get many fantasy points for his performance, being 2 and 7, he's had a really good game.
He's doing his job though. As when they expect a Newbee might be 5-minute smoke, so they just park him in front. It's like tank the smoke gang for us. So
he's tanked at least 2, even 3 smoke ganks, I feel, and then just getting solo ganked multiple times. Shotgun will bring out the Tide. He's the one with
blinked it in for some reason.
Oh, he didn't have Ravage anyways, but well, CDEC will just open up on the Raxes now.
Okay, BK being popped by Doom for no reason, I suppose.
Yeah. Worried about the Primal Split Warriors, maybe. He's still got the Doom, but Raxes are already dead, it looks like. Nothing really left to do here. Maybe goes in for a Doom on the Morphling. That could be the one opening you find, but Primal Split Warriors are left on the high ground, and CDEC just easy retreat for them.
Yeah, it's just a free rack, essentially. They just walk up, they kill the Titan to get free racks. Nothing of value. He hasn't even used it, so he still has 10 seconds on it. It's so hard at this point to do anything if you're Newbee.
Newbee have one last team fight in them with the Refresher Tide. Problem is, as you said, this late 40-minute, 10-second BKB of Morphling, as long as he's quick on his finger, this is going to entirely counter that Tide Ravage.
Yes, the Morphling, they can't deal with maybe at this point. He's too stacked. If you have such a huge thing, you essentially need an equally fat carry, and even then, Weaver is not somebody who can stand up to a Morphling.
And even if he doesn't get his BKB off and you kill him with like a Ravage, Doom, or whatever it may be, he can just buy back, and then, hey, your ultimate's on cooldown, suddenly you've probably just lost another lane of racks.
I suppose you can hope that maybe he's not saving for buyback, goes buys up for full Skadi, somehow manage to Doom him in the double Ravage and then kill him and then push for the win, but...
What was that Ravage?
Yeah...
I didn't see exactly what it was. I heard it, and I was like looking around at a different chase right by him and just heard the Ravage, and that was on nothing. Maybe he didn't click the blink, or maybe he got baited by some illusion?
There are quite a lot of misclicks overall in this game. I think 333 has been the main target of it. I mean, he popped the BKB unnecessarily on this Prophet. So
333 is becoming 322 this game, perhaps.
Yeah, pretty much. Although it's been quite good. He's doing. I mean, he's having a few misplays, but
the Prophet's been definitely one of the key players. Everyone on CDEC played really well both games.
I think it's so calculated overall. I really think it's the influence of Mikasa as a coach. It's before that, sometimes you just saw moving around without any purpose.
Yeah. Their mid to late game play was always just not as strong as their early game sometimes.
But just look at it. Rabbit can't do anything to Morphling. Those were 2 right clicks and you lose
and
one of his health.
He's going to buy the full Skadi, so no buyback. This is... I mean, probably good for... buying the Skadi is probably not worth having the buyback, but I think this is just a bit of maybe confidence from maybe more than anything.
He's gonna get an Aegis, probably not for himself, but for a teammate. Maybe put
go for this, though. Time to refresh a Rapture.
Oh, that's a core down. There's no Skadi.
Maybe he's quite low here as well. Tide could shot with a Ravage soon. He's going to make it here in time. Jiao not going to go in. And Brewmaster takes the Aegis. Morphling, well, he's full.
I think it's too risky if you don't have any vision to just blindly blink into the Roche pit. So they need to wait.
It's super risky. I guess it just depends on how bad you consider your position to be in right now.
TP in front of
That's impressive.
He's got his BKB.
Yeah, doesn't have to worry about the Orchid as he actually has a Hex as well. The Hex was thrown out on the Weaver here. Rabbit getting pretty low. One shotgun could bring him down as
so many BKBs. Everybody's popping BKBs.
Yeah. Rabbit forced to pop his and
Banana, please don't die.
Can't doom anyone. He's struggling to find a target right now. Morphling going to chase him up. One Adaptive Strike gets him low, but not the kill.
Oh, look at Sansheng. Look.
What's Sansheng? Please. Ember Spirit now with a Daedalus, so this is last hurrah perhaps. Newbee still have Ravage, and in 40 seconds they'll have 2 Ravages, so... That was a really awkward fight. Like, everyone just throwing BKBs. No real... It just seemed both teams didn't really have a coordinated effort to kill any one hero, because with a Hex onto one target, even with Newbee having BKB, CDEC could have theoretically found some kills there, but... I think 333 got scared when he suddenly realized he just TP'd into like 2 enemy heroes.
Yeah. I think maybe as well as he wants to play that, Newbee would be eliminated and they want to throw this game, so they might just wait for Courier give the Skadi back to the Morphling, have buyback, and then in the end finish it.
Morphling 500 short of buyback, so you may as well wait it out.
I mean, Courier has 1 more minute. In this 1 minute, he probably found 500 gold anyway, so...
Yeah. They'll still have the Aegis then. It will be a pretty small window with the Aegis there, but they should have Aegis, buyback on Morphling with a Skadi, and yeah, they'll be pretty good to go then, I imagine. So Weaver's got 4.5k gold. Like, this is... I mean, you're in such a bad spot here. Does he save buyback, or does he even consider buying like some kind of big damage item?
He needs an MKB, really. I mean, otherwise, MKB is good against Morphling, against Boomer. I mean, Morphling Butterfly, it's true, but still, it's a pretty good item. It's cost-effective. Rapier? I don't know. I'm kind of running out of options.
You're down 2 melee Raxes and a full lane of Rax at top. Like, this is... I feel Newbee's in... I guess they've got the Ember Spirit who's getting decently farmed, so maybe you're not in as desperate a position to buy Rapier. I feel like if this was, like, Havost or someone, he'd be like, yeah, I gotta get Rapier. We've lost this game if not.
Yeah.
And he'd be somewhat justified in doing that, I think.
Maybe. They could try to find a Brewmaster with a pickup, but he just blinks into all of them. Is he gonna doom him?
Well, I don't think he wants to when he's got an Aegis. That's a wasted doom. He throws the split out and he's gonna wait out this BKB on Banana. That's a 5-second BKB. It looks like he's just gonna ignore Banana. Switches targets and looking to help protect this Sand King who's BKB'd up himself. And another awkward fight coming up. Banana gets shotgun, but he's still alive for the time being. The doom going out on Maybe, who's actually in a bit of trouble here if there's any follow-up damage. Luckily for him, they're actually not focusing him down. Banana going to go down and Moo on the high ground, TP out. Ravage comes through, Maybe. He's still being focused here. Very low, the Doom about to wear off. He will be brought down in the end. 3 heroes on the Radiant side are dead. Morphling has buyback, though.
Yeah, that was still huge. I mean, Rabbit also managed to get the last hit. This is beyond. Look at this gold right now. It's in 4k.
Yeah, he got 1,700 gold out of that fight. That was a big fight for him. And Tide, who got 1,500. So Tide's almost got a Shiver's Guard now. And yeah, Rabbit's going to pick up nothing just yet. 6.7k gold still on him. As he drops the Aquila and will buy maybe a Demon Edge. Eagle Song, Butterfly, okay.
Eagle Song, okay. Well, judging by the fact that neither of those core on CDEC side have an MKB, it might not be a bad purchase.
Yeah. So,
no, that's really important. And the double Ravage really doing work, although the second Ravage came out really late in the fight. But as I said previously, they need the Doom on the Morphling. That's the only way they can do them. And yeah, they managed to get it off this time. So Banana, not disappointing.
CDEC did get the mid-range racks during all of that. So it's a small thing, but something that could come into play later on down the road when they're going for mega creeps.
Yeah. Are they going to try to go for Rabbit?
Oh, he's got no buyback. Okay.
He's got time-lapse, though.
They needed the Prophet. I don't know where the Prophet was, but a TP in with a Hex or an Orchid could maybe secure that kill. Banana now. If you don't turn this one around, won't be able to... Oh, he's got Doom back.
1 second.
Wow. Just
Doom
in time.
1 second. It was just in time, really. Gardo's also in huge trouble, although he can blink out. So they're going to take the... Okay. That Mystic Flare was a bit off time.
That's a spite Mystic Flare. We've seen spells just thrown out because these heroes are pissed off. First the Doom, now the Scarith Mage, perhaps.
I think CDEC are getting a a bit nervous. I feel misplaced.
Maybe buys his boots of travel. No buyback on him. Like, this is some risky play. I agree he wants the boots of travel, but he definitely needs a buyback at 47 minutes in as a 6-slotted Morphling. You got to play safe right now.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, no. If you're playing 4 Protect 1, which they essentially are, since Prophet is not really the second put just yet.
He knows there's no
you have
Doom
to
right
save
now.
buyback.
Yeah, he's safe for the next minute without the Doom up, but that's gonna go by pretty quickly.
Yeah, he has to be careful. Like, one huge misplay and maybe dies without buyback. It's Newbee can get one lane. I mean, they can't get everything because the tier 2s are still standing on CDEC. So, suppose maybe he can afford to. He has a lot of breathing room overall, but going high ground against Ember Spirit at this point is still annoying.
I feel like trying to go high ground without a buyback just seems kind of silly right now. I guess, well, there's no... Doom's coming back up really soon. Like, Doom may as well be back up for this fight.
Yeah, I mean, Ember Spirit can stall indefinitely, basically, just spamming Sleight of Fists.
Someone's got to engage on the CDEC side if you want to try and force the issue. They could just maybe chip at the tier 3 tower with, like, Manta Illusions. They've got Treants even going in. And they do a good 50 damage to this tower, which is pretty negligible.
Yeah, I mean, the tower it's got 500 HP, I think.
Yeah.
CDEC, they really want to get it done right now.
I think just siege the tower with Manta Illusions may be the plan, but... Oh, that's an aggressive play. Ravage comes into play, maybe does not get the BKB off. He's being chain stunned. He's moved up. That's a dead Morphling. That's
no buyback.
That is not how you siege to the high ground into this Newbee team. Prophet will get the TP out, but...
That was such a weird sanking play.
That was insane.
That was really a weird sanking play. I mean, the throws are real here.
And Morphling just should not have been there to begin with either. Like, he's in a position where he can just get ravaged and then doomed and then fight's lost.
Yeah, he didn't manage to get his BKB off either, so the Ravage just caught him off guard. Double Ravage is more than enough time for Doom to break his Linkins with a level death and then follow up with the Doom. So
he's even gone back for the War Stomp now, which can give you some extra stun duration. So
yeah,
I like this from Banana.
I think next item, I mean, he still needs a mana item really before he gets a refresher, otherwise he's not going to have enough mana for double
I guess
Doom.
he could just like use like Fountain Regen to get it maybe, but...
Yeah, probably, I think it's either Shivers or Aghanim Scepter, one of the two.
Yeah. Well, despite a big fight, end of the day, CDEC were in a position where they lose that fight, it kind of sucks and is a big turnaround, but they're not going to lose anything more than a tier 2 tower.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
3-3-3?
The 3-2 is real. That's just a free BKB charge given to the enemy, that's kind of weird.
He's already down to 5 seconds, so it's actually not that big a deal, but...
Yeah, I think it would be huge if Newbee could have gotten Roshan, but it's a long respawn timer, so...
Yes. Yeah, get an Aegis on, well, Weaver or Ember Spirit. That's also cheese next time around.
Yeah, it's still throwable. It's really throwable at this point.
Who's going to get another big damage item? He's got a second Daedalus probably coming now. Maybe goes for, what, a Battle Fury instead. We'll have to see what item he decides is best, but it's going to be Demon Edge, so we'll see another Daedalus coming soon.
Yeah. Maybe a 6 stacked. I mean, he can trade his E-Blade late game for another item, so I think late game maybe he goes for Butterfly himself, since Newbee don't have MKBs just yet. Neither, although Ember this could be an MKB from Ember Spirit.
At this point, he's just got to respect the killing potential of that Ravage plus Doom and have buyback, and not to mention, maybe he even takes the Aegis next. I don't know what the plan's going to be, but...
Yeah, what's he going to drop, though? What's he going to drop instead?
Maybe the E-Blade, but it's still a big decrease in his damage output.
Yeah, it's huge.
Could drop the Lincolns, potentially, and have it just nearby, but that's so...
I think Lincolns is way too important at this point against Doom.
Well, Newbee are kind of the ones in a better position to maybe control Roshan, despite being down 4 Raxes.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Oh, wow, that net worth chart. That's pretty insane, actually.
How big a drop. Oh, gosh.
It's in Newbee's favor. That's kind of telling you kind of a story right now. I mean, the CDEC was stomping for the first 40 minutes, essentially, and then they just started playing weird things, doing weird stuff.
The last 5 minutes, I don't understand.
Oh, okay. Balls of steel.
I think they're hoping they can get him an Aegis out of this, but...
But they go for a smoke instantly. He doesn't even have Bible. I mean, okay, fine. He's buying all out for Divine Rapier on Ember Spirit.
Risky.
really risky play. I mean, if they lose this fight, they lose the game.
Lane, BKB from the Sanctum to start things off. Ravage is nice, but they don't catch Morphling. They can't find the Morphling in this fight. They kill just the Ancient Apparition, and then they go into the Brewmaster. He's the one who got Doom there, and I think CDEC look at this and say, let's cut our losses.
Morphling TP top lane, he's going to go for split push.
No, they're not going to get a Rax off of this. They're probably not even getting a tier 2 tower off of this because of the pressure coming in. And this is the new plan from CDEC. Let's rat Dota this. You've got Prophet, you've got Morphling. Let's not teamfight into Tide Refresher. Although, well, here comes a bit of a teamfight potentially. No Ravage available. No Doom available as well.
Maybe he's probably going to siege a little bit. So he knows he's pretty safe. No Ravage, no Doom. Basically means he's pretty invincible at this point. Newbee are so annoyed though, because now Roshan finally spawns, but now they're in a position actually, and Xiao 8 is going to get caught out as it seems.
That's a bit silly from him. BKB now being used by 333, and well,
Sansheng. Oh, look at Sansheng.
Gets annihilated here. Moo's going to be so careful. He's got the Rapier. The right-click damage from Maybe is pretty formidable. As he's going to switch onto the Doom, gets another kill, and there comes the Sand King showing up with an Epicenter. Decent damage. Moo now in a lot of trouble. This is a Rapier if they can get the kill here instead. Maybe he's going to be forced back. He gets fairly low, starts morphing into strength. Back up.
Oh, he needs to be careful. I mean, he's probably not going to die, but still.
Lincoln's on Weaver. Not going to be... Well, it's coming up in 1 second, and it will just be a TP out as Garda and Maybe. Not going to find any more out of that one. So
that was quite close with the Ember Spirit. He nearly died. No,
yes. I don't know if he hit him with the Burrow Strike. He went for a Burrow Strike and it didn't quite latch on, although maybe didn't really want to go for the kill anyways because he was so low on HP.
Yeah, I think what happened was they got the Orchid onto the Ember and then he popped BKB, which at the same time then nullified the Burrow Strike from the Sand King, so a bit of an unfortunate play, I suppose, but also good reaction time from Moody popping BKB at just the right time, so it's really saving them. Tier 4 damage is quite a lot of damage. Yeah.
I think this is more important just to deny the Aegis and cheese for Newbee.
Correct.
If your Ember Spirit could get an Aegis, that would be huge right now.
And Newbee are so annoyed. That long Roche timer really didn't work for them. Boys, there's a cheese. Yeah. You might want to pick it up.
Q's going to double sentry and take the cheese.
Yeah, make space. The double sentry.
He has the gem, so why not?
Yeah, right now Brewmaster needs a slot for the AC and the Aegis. So
Rabbit's got MKB now, so
so it's good.
There's no I guess for the Brewmaster, but there's no butterfly on the Morphling. But there is Drunken Haze, and
he's going butterfly now. He just disassembled the E-Blade. He's going full right click.
I don't think he's seen the MKB yet, so this is going to be immediately countered. But
and
it's still good. It's still good, or at least decent for sieging because it gives your illusions a lot of damage. Although the E-Blade also gives them a lot of agility, but not bad.
Yeah, CDEC, they have to be careful. I mean, Doom Aghanims, once he has Refresher, Morphling's not going to have a fun time. Their eggs are in one basket at this point. Prophet is not doing too much DPS. He's got full utility. BKB, Orchid, Ghost Scepter, Scythe of Bias is really not a threat. In stark contrast to the Admiral Bulldog Prophets that we are used to seeing, so which go like Mjolnir, Daedalus, and with huge right-click potential. But once again, the thing is, if Newbee somehow lose a huge team fight, they lose the game because there are 2 racks down. Tier 4 is also, one Tier 4 at least, took quite a lot of damage. And yeah,
CDEC, it feels like CDEC just aren't prioritizing buybacks enough at various stages. Like, Brewmaster hasn't had buyback for a while. Morphling does have it now, but so often in the past has not had it as well.
I actually think it's a viable play to have Morphling die to double Ravage Doom and then buyback instantly go for a fight.
That's how I thought they would get the last Rax bottom. Like, if you just have Morphling in the front lines with... They just have to farm his buyback. Like, when they had the Aegis, they could farm Maybe's buyback and then just get that Rax using his buyback.
Yeah.
And I think they just win the game. But now I don't think that would work. Now there's Newbee have enough items, and the Divine Rapier especially for defending the high ground. That plan is no longer anywhere near as viable.
Yeah. It's getting really dicey for CDEC. I think they need to start getting the Prophet stacked as well. The Prophet needs to be able to be a threat. They can't just rely on the Morphling too much because he was 6 slotted 10 minutes ago. And Butterfly getting countered. BKB is nice against double Ravage, but it's not going to save you from the Doom, so... Oh, they might actually tie.
This could be a big killie. BKB's for D1. Xiao 8. Xiao 8 does a buyback. Will he use it? Replicate out of there just to be on the safe side now. Worried about that Doom. You've got 80 seconds to decide what you want to do. If you want to try and force the racks, force out the buyback, and the buyback is available, so CDEC may not realize this one.
Yeah.
They
have to force it. I mean, it's definitely the correct play. They have to force it. Yeah. Maybe just, okay, going hyper-aggressive there after...
We'll see the buyback now. He's way forward in as well. Lincoln gets broken. Mancell comes out now.
Good force up.
Yes, that force up got him out of a potential doom. The first Ravage, not too good. Only catches the nature's property. BKB is now good. Burrow strike from the Sand King. BKB, Epicenter. This is going to be a second kill to Zhao, who does get off the Ravage here. Maybe goes down, though. Immediate buyback coming into play. Does he come back to fight this one? Ancient Apparition Ultimate does clip a lot of these heroes. It's Tidehunter who gets low, but won't die out of this. Morphling decides he's brought back, and another death here could just be his defeat. Ember Spirit's still alive as well. That Rapier's doing some serious DPS in these fights. Yeah,
they were completely stacked up at this point. They saw it was a great Burrow strike, but then maybe waveformed him, and he just got killed by the Cleave Crit from the Ember Spirit. So too close for comfort. Like, it's so annoying still for Newbee since their lanes are always pushed in because of the Prophet, but
yeah.
Maybe expanding the buyback. I think the buyback was a bit unnecessary, really, because all his team was dead at that point. So even if he buys back, he can't go back into the fight.
Yeah, he must have just felt like, okay, I've got an opening to maybe kill a few heroes there. Like Tide almost died to the AI Blast, but Weaver and Ember were both like full HP and easily able to defend against the Morphling at that stage.
Second Rapier? Moo, do it.
Quite likely. You've got one. Yeah.
Oh, it's going MKB, I think. He's seen the butterfly, yeah.
Against the butterfly. All right.
It's a decent thing. I mean, most of the time you still try to want to hit him with a cleave to bypass armor, but still.
We've got no real guarantees of that, so.
And those two games that we've been casting, man. The first game we thought Newbee had it in the back. This game I really thought CDEC had it in the back, and
I mean, we both agree CDEC did have this game in the bag. There was some...
Yeah, they did. Okay, I think this is a massive throw if they lose this game.
Whereas...
I mean, they're not out of it yet. They're still two full lanes ahead.
Yeah.
So, gotta keep that in mind. But it's getting harder and harder. Late game Doom is a huge threat to single course. So
Doom's still not progressing in terms of items, though. That refresher orb is...
He's still bottom 3 net worth after 59 minutes.
Oh my gosh. When do you see this on a Doom? Like, ever? At 1 hour game and he's bottom 3. Like,
yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, how many times he's 211? Yeah, not particularly. Those are not stats to write home about, really.
No.
It's a bit of a shame, but this is... I think what else can I buy? I believe he's trying to itemize correctly right now, but it's very little he can actually do. He needs the BKB, he needs Lincolns, he needs the butterfly.
I think this is the items you have to stay on. I don't know. I don't think there's any improvements to be made.
Yeah, but then get the profit stacked.
Yeah, I think it's your teammates. Like,
items. Yeah.
You want Sand King to maybe get a Scythe of Vice here. Like Sand King with a Hex could do a lot. Brewmaster could get maybe another big item as well to give him some extra damage, or even something like a Shivers or...
They do see him, but he has Lincoln's BKB, so that's not going to work.
Lincoln's proc, BKB used immediately. Garda going to use his own BKB. All these BKBs are down to 5 seconds at this point, so just everyone using them kind of willy-nilly. Nice stun from the War Stomp. Banana making up for his previous mistakes.
Yeah.
It's so annoying, though. There's always split push. Like, Newbee they can't push out unless they win a fight and heroes don't have buyback.
Yeah, I see that the readers. I think they are starting to realize they can't win any head-on fights at this point anymore.
Yep. No, Mantle Legions get one right click off. What, 30 damage or something done?
You saw the crit, 1,800. That's not fun. Maybe he's still hanging around, though.
Yeah,
gotta be careful, man.
Oh, gotta get that War Stop. BKB TP, can't break the Lincolns. Okay.
I don't know what he's saying. Look, it's so obvious he still has Lincoln Sphere. How are I going to break Lincolns if he has BKB? So,
you know, spur of the moment, these things happen. I don't know why I'm defending him now when I was firing shots at him the entire game, but that's one of these things like just maybe something broke it already. I don't know.
It's a Hail Mary. What's he doing?
No. Well, Duke does not have his ultimate. Oh.
I mean, that's a replicate. Maybe you could jump into it and try to kill him.
Yeah. Brewmaster throws the Primal Split, just using it defensively. He's going to just run away with the Storm Panda. The Earth Panda probably going to die. They're going
to leave him.
They're going to split push this. Maybe he's going to go bottom lane. He's going to push and push fast because here comes Newbee, and they're already high ground. The split push has not really been all that effective right now. You ideally want these lanes much more pushed out than they are for when this high ground siege comes.
Yeah, they have Refresher Ravage. Gotta be careful. I mean, the Ember is doing a lot of this. It's doing
I don't think you can win a base race if you're Newbee. I think Newbee have to defend in some context.
No, but it's important for the next time it's happening.
Okay, Morphling TP's top, realizing that the retreat was there, so...
Yeah, no, they need, I mean, they're gonna have to get the tier 2 and the tier 3 anyway at some point, so might as well get it now.
Morphling has to play safe because he's got no buyback for 2 minutes, so... That's really the big thing here.
He definitely has enough gold.
Prophet, what is that TP? BKB?
Is he gonna...
Too much damage.
No, not gonna be enough. Roshan, once again, fairly long respawn.
Yeah, fairly long, well, really long, yeah. I think Newbee may go down this middle lane. They've got to worry about maybe at the top lane soon, but Ember Spirit could theoretically TP back, leave a Fire Remnant, push it out, and then just get back.
Prophet has no buyback.
Yeah.
His buyback is on cooldown, actually. I think Newbee are thinking of just forcing it, but maybe they don't even know he doesn't have it, so...
They can get at least a Rax out of this, I want to say. I don't think they want to go for the throne. I don't think that's going to work, but...
No, they deal so much damage at this point. Look at
Banana's going to go for the kill maybe at top lane. Could go for a War Stomp, break the Lincolns during the War Stomp, and then doom him, but...
They're going tier 4s, they're hitting tier 4s.
Oh, misses the War Stomp. BKB TP again.
BKB TP, yeah.
Smart defensive play, Meme on the die side. Move! Uh-oh! Gets kept alive, just barely. Ravage coming in to make sure of that one from the Tidehunter. They've lost 2 though now, with Ancient Apparition joining Prophet on the sideline. Second Ravage going to catch up the Brewmaster. Can he get the split off in time? Yes, he can! Oh no! Now Zhao Wei's going to be on the run. He's got no way out of this one, so Morphling shows up to save the day. They have lost their mid-Raxes on the CDEC side. The kill on the Tide is not bad, because Tide does not have buyback. He's 600 gold short.
And even if he did, double Ravage is on cooldown. So I think they just go straight on mid. They have to. I mean,
maybe he's got buyback. They're going to have buyback on the Prophet as well when Prophet's respawn. So they're going to have 7 lives effectively. Both Prophet and Morphling can TP right back into the push. So this is actually a pretty strong position for CDEC to be in. They just need to wait for these respawns.
Yeah, they need to wait. I mean, what does Rabbit have?
They need Brewmaster. Brewmaster, man, join up. Get with the program. They want Roshan.
Oh, they're just going to miss it by a few seconds, I think.
Newbee want to contest it, but that's not going to be too easy.
Oh, Blink Warstorm. Oh, Banana's going to die.
Banana.
Wow, that crit though. Holy crap, that did a lot of damage.
Yeah. Maybe with all that armor though, still holding his own here. The Assault Crest of Lads from the Brewmaster will help things out. Then, uh-oh, Prophet. He got a Hex off, but he immediately died. Moves be a great kill if they can get him. Oh, Fire Remnant away just in time. What a last second play coming out from the Ember Spirit. That saved his life there. That was so close
to the very last.
Run, Burrow Strike. I think he's gonna just live. He needs like a few more HP. He could have Burrow Striked. Why didn't he burrow away?
Gem hits the ground, but Sansheng is about to die. Noob gets another kill there on the Panda. So this is getting.
Prophet gonna buy back now. Deciding he needs to get back to this fight. Morphling has buyback here. What a TP from this Prophet. That was insane. Oh, Morphling's going for the throne. He's TP'd on the tier 4's. Immediate response from Rabbit, though.
Triple kill from Moo. Wow, this Ember Spirit is carrying.
And that's a dieback from Prophet. The Ice Blast. Uh-oh, Rabbit. He's not ready for this one. He has got buyback, I think. They're going for the throne, though. Maybe has to be dealt with. He's trying to focus it down. Can he get here in time? They need a Ravage. It's on cooldown still, though. 25 seconds. Maybe he's going for it. Waves across. He's still focusing the throne. His damage, though, just isn't there.
Yes.
It's GG, surely. Is this...
He has no buyback. He can go through the mid.
Prophet has no buyback as well. I think it's all over. I think Newbee have taken this game too, in some impossible manner.
I think it's over too. They just go straight on mid.
This is EG levels of throw.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Q might just die in 1 hit there. And yep, there we go.
1800 crit, okay.
Called it. Moo just starts hitting. Okay, he needs a creep spell just to tank the tower for him, so might as well just finish that one. BOT has been picked up by Rabbit, BOT has been picked up by Tidehunter. They're gonna go straight for the GG. It's over.
No one's got buyback. Well, Ancient Apparition and Brewmaster, but these heroes are not going to turn this one around. Maybe Brewmaster can stall using the Primal Split, but...
Yeah, he's not going to stall for 90 seconds. That's not possible.
Zanking now alive as well, and it looks like maybe that's what they're waiting for. They have 3 heroes here smoked on the high ground. Here goes your epicenter. Bring down Moo as the key. They get the Ice Blast as well. Moo will drop the rapier. Brewmaster pick that one up, Brew. It's the Sanking. Sanking with, well, plus 300-ish damage, but I don't think this will be enough here. They're going to keep on stalling here on the high ground. Moo's lost a lot of damage. Could buy a new rapier, perhaps. Actually buys another Crystallis here. And we'll TP back, looking to end this game. Fire Strike going through, Sanking looking to be a hero here. He could just straight up lose this rapier that he's just claimed though, and with the Searing Chains locking him in place, no way out. Arcane Bolt will get him in. Well, they can ignore the rapier and just go for the throne here, I feel. Brewmaster's still alive, but Newbee, I think they've done it. Prophet will respawn. They've got 45 seconds without Morphling, 80 without a Sanking. Glyph will be deployed, and it looks like it's all over for CDEC. A nail-biter of an ending. GG will be called, and, well, that completes the throw.
And we are 1 for 1. I think both games of my predictions were wrong. I thought Newbee was going to take game 1. I thought CDEC was sure it's going to take game 2. And both cases I've been wrong. So it's a bit surprising even with that level of bad play coming out from the Doombringer, which I just have to say, unfortunately, Banana, you might have been playing incredibly well at TI, but this game was an absolutely terrible performance on Doombringer, and they still managed to win it.
This game was not a game showcasing good decision making, and from both teams. Newbee late game, I mean, just maintain composure, but
yeah, but it's more like CDEC lost it than Newbee winning it. Really, it's that one bottom push where Morphling bought out for the BOTs and decided to push high ground for no reason, without buyback. That is. That just completely lost them the game, I think. I mean, even afterwards, there were a few cases where they could have been able to come back, but Tidehunter winning both games with double Ravage, man. That hero is pretty legit.
Are somehow still alive in the summit. 1 slot for China to qualify for the $280,000-ish land finals here in LA. And, well, Newbee were on the brink of defeat and elimination, but they claw their way back into it. Force a game 3. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, game 3 between Newbee and no longer LGD, CDEC will be taking place. I'm Gods, and joining me is Slesh. Stick around. We'll have our deciding match in the lower bracket of the Summit 2 China playoffs, brought to you by G2A.com, coming up soon.